day to you wherever you are from around the world, and welcome to the Frightfully Good Hour. I am Anne Rekovich, and she is...
Renata Daniel.
I've had coffee this morning.
And I haven't had enough.
Yeah, I just had to go make her a coffee because she's not quite ready for this yet this morning. Please welcome to our new set as well, which is actually an old set. We've got Stanley, and over here... Spencer. God. And what do we call this one? I called it last night.
Henry or something?
Yeah,
Henry
over here. And we might be draping more stuff off our set as the year goes on. Who knows? So, Renata, how's your week been?
Trying to catch breath at the moment. We went to Norfolk Island last week and didn't even kind of have our toes touch the ground when we landed, and we were in the car and off to assist in a ghost tour at Maitland. So that was about a 2.5 hour drive from the airport. We got to Maitland, finished the tour, got home, got up in the morning and went to Gloucester,
which is another 2 hour drive.
Another 2 hour drive in a different direction to do
Same car.
a tour there. Hit the bed at night like there was no tomorrow.
And thank
slept.
you to Daniela who made us some homemade chicken soup, because
that
that got us through. There's nothing open in Gloucester after 5. Just saying.
And got home, had no idea who we were or where we were at. And then Monday hit and it all started again.
And welcome,
so here we are.
Welcome Barbara and Arkanthis, that's a great name. I love that. Hi York Waters, and hi Robert. Hi Sue. We're behaving ourselves as best we can. Barbara and Anna. Oh, welcome back. Nick, Jody, Andrew, Michelle, all those people coming on. Hi Goldie. How are you today? So we had the great idea that we'd go back and do our ABC of Paranormal, which we did a couple of years back, and we had some great topics. And it also just made it a little bit easier on ourselves, because I thought, yeah, we've done some research on this stuff. We can just freshen it all up, have a little bit of a fluff and freshen, as I like to say, and we'll present some of these topics. So we did Annabelle, which was not last week, the week before. Norfolk, we just had to do whatever we could to survive.
Sounds like we were living off the land.
Well, it almost was. The barge hadn't come, because they rely on all their food coming in from the barge, or like 80% of it. They grow some of it on the island. But they hadn't had a barge in months and months and months, because something had broken down and the barge was adrift in the ocean. They had to go get tugs to bring it back, and it was the first time they'd done it this way. So, yeah, they even unload ships off the barge and carried in on smaller boats and then crane it up onto the...
Cars.
Yeah.
Offload cars.
Offload cars, it's insane.
Not ships.
Ships.
Cars.
I'm putting on a bright, happy face. And aren't we grateful that we're now on at 10 a.m. our time instead of 9 a.m, Renata?
Blessed be Jesus.
Oh, boy. Hi, Sydney. Welcome. That confuses me in the family chat, because they call you Sydney, Australia, and I'm thinking, hang on.
Now, guys,
hey,
most important thing, tell us where you are from. We would love to know what portion of those that are watching are our Aussie folk, and what portion are the Americans that are watching. It would be awesome to see. So please, in your comments, just let us know where you're from.
And you wait till this week's episode of True Hauntings, because we've snagged a sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
We recorded ads for them yesterday. Wow, wasn't that a hoot? Can't give it away, Renata, and there's not much you can say without giving it away. I haven't managed to try it yet, but I certainly will before Thursday. Anyway, here we are, Hunter Valley, Penrith, Chicago.
Hey, Nick.
Newcastle, woohoo, Southern California, Texas, Byron
Awesome.
Bay. All right, so the
Goswells.
Gosnells.
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 Where,
Um,
where are the Gosnells?
it's Australia,
Oh,
pretty
okay.
sure. Florida. Liverpool. Hi, Jerome. How are
Hello,
you?
Liz McCoy. It's talking about Norfolk Island.
There we are. Rock Vegas. Bris Vegas, is it? No. There you are, Bris Vegas, Sue.
Ontario, beautiful. Thank you, Barbara.
All right, okay, so
Our topic.
our topic for today is ball lightning.
Seems to be the topic of the week. Balls? Anything to do
Goodness
with balls?
gracious, great balls of fire! So we know something now that can fix that. Oh, the education we've had! Let me just say.
It's a secret.
Yeah, so we thought, yeah, we've done ball lightning before. I'm going to pop in and just find all my notes and pop it all back up again.
No.
Nope. Didn't make it easy on myself whatsoever, and it's a hairy topic.
Stop. I can't. Too early.
Right, plasma balls. Yes, plasma balls. That's right. That's one of the theories.
Yeah, Sydney. The Skellington's name is Spencer. Spencer Skellington. Right.
All right.
Okay, well, you begin.
Oh, good. So, yeah, I sort of got on last night after we finished our show and started watching some videos. And this man came out with this really technical thing, and I'm trying to understand it, and I'm making notes. I have to show you. I actually made notes on here because I was so determined I was going to present something worthwhile for you guys.
I know Karen, right?
And look, see, I've got all my notes on
No,
there.
can't
You
see
can't see a
anything.
thing. I'm
I
making
can't.
shit up. All right, there we go.
Oh, there
There's
we
all
go.
my notes, right?
There we
So,
go.
and then I got onto the YouTube this morning and Facebook and not Facebook, the interwebs, and tried to get some notes. And I found that dude had just copy and pasted everything from Wikipedia.
So what you do? You did the same thing. No.
All right,
no. We researched.
So one of the things I wanted to show you was, and I should have set this up before we actually, oops, hang on, you're still there. Should have researched this a bit more, but set it up, I mean. I'm going to share the screen and just show you a short video of some of the balls of lightning so that you can see what it is.
Now, I did speak to someone many years ago who had this experience in their backyard. They say that they had this ball appear, and it was after a thunderstorm. It was one of those dry thunderstorms where it kind of doesn't rain. Oops, we've frozen.
Oh, joy. The whole thing has frozen. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm not quite sure what I can do to get out of this because I'm not familiar with it's completely frozen.
It's completely frozen.
Can you get onto the feed that's on there just in case they can still see us on Okay, are we back on? Can you guys see us? My computer just shit itself. Sorry, excuse the French, but I'm just going to change cameras. Well, apparently it is on that one. It's a bit of a lag happening on there. Bring this one over here. There, you wanted it closer.
Yeah, it's really close now. Just see half my face.
All right,
That's
well,
good.
come
An elbow.
come in. All right, we're back. Yeah. So everything that I set up for the videos and everything have gone. Yay, thank you. I have got this screen of death on my computer and it's not happy at all. So my little laptop has come and saved the day.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, Patrick's on as well. Oh, Patrick. Look at this. It's got this screen of death here. It wouldn't let me start up the computer without going and making changes to something somewhere, and that. Oh, hello. So we are improvising.
Oh dear.
Oh! Don't mention ball lightning because it's just. What the hell is going on?
Oh no. Quick start.
No, it's okay. I'm just making sure we're on the correct camera and that we've got the correct sound and all of that. All right, so let me get on to my notes. Okay. So ball lightning is still unexplained. They have actually done some studies trying to work out what it is. They have several theories, and I saw some really cool videos,
Which we can't show you.
on home microwave experiments where they're creating plasma balls and things like that. Don't do it at home unless you don't like your microwave and you're prepared to throw it away afterwards. But it is ball lightning is an unexplained phenomenon described as luminescent spherical objects that vary from the size of a pea to several meters in diameter. Usually associated with thunderstorms, ball lightnings are said to last considerably longer than the split-second flash of lightning bolts and are not St. Elmo's fire. All right, are we back up? You're just double checking. What I did is I found some really cool stories about different. Talk fast, Jodie said. I am. I'm stressed. I talk really fast when I'm stressed. I found some cool stories about examples of ball lightning. So some people would think that this is a paranormal phenomena. Other people would put it down to God sending a sign. And some of these stories actually sort of go along. There's a lot of ball lightning in church. Fancy that?
Is there?
There is.
Oh, praise be.
So, I'll read the first one because some of these are hilarious. Oh, some 19th century reports also describe balls that eventually explode and leave behind the odour of sulphur. If you saw our day yesterday, you would understand why we're losing our poop here right now. So, yes, nothing worse than smelly balls. I'll read the first story, shall I? Because I just broke Renata yet again. We do like it when we break Renata. What the hell is going on?
bad juju at this. Will you just stop?
They're just jealous of our ball stories.
Thank you.
But we soldier on like the professionals that we are.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the great thunderstorm of Widdicombe in the Moor. Bet you're all on the edge of your chair waiting to hear this one. One early account reports the great thunderstorm at the church in Widdicombe in the Moor, Devon in England on the 21st of October, 1638.
Wow.
Seems ball lightning's been around for a long time. Who would have thunk? 4 people died and approximately 60 were injured.
God, when that went off, didn't it?
It did. That's what we won't go there. All right, during a severe storm, an 8-foot, so that's 2.4 meters, ball of fire was described as striking and entering the church, nearly destroying it. Large stones from the church walls were hurled onto the ground and through large wooden beams. The ball of fire allegedly smashed the pews and many windows and filled the church with a sulphurous odour and dark, thick smoke. So in the 1600s, what do you think they would have explained that away as? Because they wouldn't have just explained it as lightning.
No, it was Beelzebub coming in through the back door.
All right, the ball of fire reportedly divided into 2 balls. There you go. It's a natural phenomena.
So what we think is happening is that there is a bunch of roadworks and building construction not far from here, and it stopped all traffic and is diverting everyone, and there are a lot of people with jackhammers doing weird and wonderful things, and I think what they are doing is actually interfering with
our show
internet network. So please, very, very sorry and apologies for what is happening.
We will keep going no matter what. So just hang in there. We will come back. Thank you to those 2018, 16, 5 people who are hanging in there with us. It's a demon. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. So you were all excited because I was talking to you about the 2 balls and where one went and where the other went. So one exited through a window by smashing it open, and the other disappeared somewhere inside the church. Because of the fire and the sulphur smell, they believed that the ball of fire was the devil or had the flames of hell. Later on, the entire incident was blamed on two blokes. You know why?
Well, they'd been,
Why?
They'd been playing cards in the pew.
Yep.
And not listening to the pastor.
During the sermon, they were playing cards. So God showed his wrath on them and deposited ball lightning.
That's true.
Go grease lightning and cruising down a quarter mile.
Grease lightning, good.
It's going to drop out again. That's too much for it. Way too much for it. Isn't it a great story, though? So that's viewing through the eyes of the knowledge they had at the time.
Yeah, in the 1600s.
Yeah, and this is really important because we're viewing phenomena as ghost hunters and in the paranormal through the eyes of the knowledge we have right now. So, yeah, sure, it's more than what it was in the 1600s, but
a little bit.
Maybe. But we still don't have the answers to everything, and ball lightning is one of them. Would you like to tell everyone about George?
Georg Richmond.
Georg or George?
Okay, we go to the 1700s here, mid-1700s, 1753. A report recounts lethal ball lightning when Professor Georg Richmond of St. Petersburg, Russia, constructed a kite-flying apparatus similar to Benjamin Franklin's proposal a year earlier. Well, that's a dumb idea. Richmond was attending a meeting of the Academy of Sciences when he heard thunder and ran home with his engraver to capture the event for posterity.
With his engraver?
Or did he sit there and no, I don't know. While the experiment was underway, ball lightning appeared, travelled down the string. Oh, I've seen pictures of this. Struck
Is that
Richmond's.
it?
Well, it didn't end well because it struck him in the forehead and killed him. Right, the ball had left a red spot on Richmond's forehead. His shoes were blown open and his clothing was singed. His engraver was knocked. Oh, his engraver was a person.
Yeah.
Right, his engraver was
You can tell she's
knocked
read through this story
unconscious.
before presenting it, can't you?
The door frame of the room was split and the door was torn from its hinges. That's an awesome story.
Mm.
Pity for the engraver.
Yeah, but look at the damage that's done. So that the way that it's reacted is like electricity. So it's gone through here and out through his feet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's grounded itself. All right, got another story. Got another story.
Yes, Tsar Nicholas II.
Oh, okay. She's going to read it.
Oh, all right. Sorry. You can read the next one. This is
You
about
wanna-
Aleister Crowley.
You're right.
It's
Will you
about
do the Tsar? We're going to do the Tsar.
the last emperor of Russia. He reported witnessing what he called a fiery ball while in the company of his grandfather, Emperor Alexander II. So once my parents were away and I was at at the all-night
So
vigil.
what it is it's a quote. He's
Right.
doing a quote of what he saw happen.
All right. So let me go back to the story.
Sorry.
Once my parents were away, and I was at the all-night vigil with my grandfather in the small church in Alexandria. During the service, there was a powerful thunderstorm. Streaks of lightning flashed one after the other, and it seemed as if the peals of thunder would shake even the church and the whole world to its foundations. Suddenly it became quite dark. A blast of wind from the open door blew out the candles which were lit in front of the iconostasis.
Whoa, what was that word?
The iconostasis.
Oh,
that's
okay. Big words, not big words.
There was a long clap of thunder, louder than before, and I suddenly saw a fiery ball flying from the window.
Oh no, I won't do that.
Straight toward the head of the emperor. The ball, it was of lightning, whirled around the floor, then past the chandelier and flew out through the door into the park.
Oh, Ruthie.
My heart froze. I glanced at my grandfather. His face was completely calm. He crossed himself just as calmly as he had when the fiery ball had flown near us, and I felt that it was unseemly and not courageous to be frightened as I was. I felt that one had only to look at what was happening and believe in the mercy of God as he, my grandfather, did. After the ball had passed through the whole church and suddenly gone out through the door, I again looked at my grandfather. A faint smile was on his face and he nodded his head at me. My panic disappeared, and from that time I have no more fear of storms.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine for people like this to think of it as really like a sign from God?
Oh, they would, absolutely. and this is one of the problems we face. I know I keep bringing it back to the paranormal investigation today, but it really is that every time we go into a private case, we've got to deal with the belief system of whoever is there.
Yeah.
And more often than not, it is not paranormal, but it is their belief system twisting it to fit, will confirm their bias. Basically, they call it confirmation bias. So...
But all of these things would have been looked at as signs from God. How else would you have described it back in like the 1600s?
No,
it was
you
some sort of superstitious, otherworldly phenomena where most common people would have looked at it as either a sign from hell or a sign from heaven.
Stephen, you are so blessed today. I'd be buying a lottery ticket with that. We're hanging in there, guys. We've had a few technical difficulties today. We had a video that we were going to show you, but my main computer died, and I don't know if it's to do with what's happened down with the roadworks or what. So we've got a couple of little stories to tell you. Now, another one with ball lightning. So we're on the topic ball lightning as unusual phenomena throughout the world. Is Aleister Crowley. So
God bless Aleister Crowley. Did you know that he and I share a birthday?
that explains a lot. So this is now looking
Do
at
as thou wilt.
every sperm is sacred. There's a song about that, isn't there?
No! It's...
No, Alistair Crowley believed that every sperm was sacred.
Did he?
Yes. Jeez, you haven't
Right.
done your reading on the occultist, woman. I, of course, that's the first thing I go to is I find all about sperm and balls and Lord knows what else. Anyway, let me tell you a story about Alistair Crowley and his experiences with ball lightning while she sits in a corner and goes, I can't do this anymore with her. And yes, we will be getting onto our free tarot readings very shortly. So, British occultist Alistair Crowley reported witnessing what he referred to as a globular electricity during a thunderstorm at Lake Pasquaney in New Hampshire, United States. I hope I haven't destroyed the name of the Pasquaney. Pasquaney. I'm glad you all think I'm pretty. Right, so this is what he sheltered in a small cottage in 1916, and this is in his own words, so I'd like to do this. Right. Notice, with what I can only describe as calm amazement, that a dazzling globe of electric fire, apparently between 6 and 12 inches, we all know how big that is, don't we, ladies? So that's between 15 and 30 centimetres in diameter, was stationary about 6 inches. I'm just going to keep saying six below and to the right of my knee. As I looked at it, it exploded with a sharp report, quite impossible to confuse with the continuous turmoil of lightning, thunder and hail of that of the lashed water and smashed wood, which was creating a pandemonium outside the cottage. I felt a very slight shock in the middle of my right hand, which was closer to the globe than any part of my body. So I thought that, you know, because being the occultist and a little bit of a... What's the word we use with Alistair for his personality type?
Crazy.
Me. Is that he probably thought that was part of him, but he hasn't. He sort of looked at that with sort of just describing what had happened. All right, now I included one more story, which is just a little short one about a plane trip, an aeroplane trip. Off you go.
Oh, my turn.
And Sue just said, get a hold of yourself. We've got to listen to Sue. We get in trouble off Sue.
Sorry, Sue. I'm back. I'm normal.
Joshua, you've got no idea how much we love balls. That will all become very evident before much longer, just how much we do love them. Stay tuned.
This is quite a fascinating subject.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this
Yes, Donna.
comes from R.C. Jennison, and Jennison was actually working at the electronics laboratory at the University of Kent. And he described his own observation of ball lightning in an article that he published in Nature in 1969. So this is more recent, I guess. I was seated near the front of the passenger cabin of an all-metal airliner, Eastern Airlines flight.
Because they make them out of plastic these days.
A539, on a late-night flight from New York to Washington. The aircraft encountered an electrical storm, during which it was enveloped in a sudden bright and loud electrical discharge. And I'd have to say that that would be one of the most frightening experiences ever. Some seconds after this glowing sphere, a little more than 20 centimetres in diameter, emerged from the pilot's cabin and passed down the aisle of the aircraft approximately 50 centimetres or 20 inches from me, maintaining the same height and course for the whole distance over which it could be observed. Holy cheese balls! That would just be so...
That's not what we normally say.
That would be so frightening. My goodness. Now let's kind of just say for a moment some of the characteristics that are attributed to ball lightning, which vary widely. So it's been described as moving up and down, sideways, or in unpredictable trajectories, hovering and moving with or against the wind, attracted to, unaffected by, or repelled from buildings, people, cars, and other objects. Some accounts describe it as moving through solid masses of wood or metal without effect, while others describe it as destructive and melting or burning those substances. Its appearance has also been linked to power lines, altitudes of 300 meters or 1,000 feet and higher, and during thunderstorms and calm weather.
So what I saw with a lot of the videos that I was going to show you is that they are quite often associated with railway tracks, and you can see them moving up and down because you've got the two rungs of the metal there, and that you can see it sparking off on either side of it, and it's generally during some sort of thunderstorm weather. Now, there is very many hypotheses about what causes it, and there was actually a scientific experiment where they managed to recreate it. But once again, it's like paranormal phenomena. Just one of those things. It's unpredictable. You can't make it happen, so you can study it. But it is a nature event. And if you get onto YouTube and look up ball lightning, not to do with the games and things, because there's some that's apparently it's a weapon of ball lightning and you throw it, woo! And no, this is the phenomena of ball lightning, and you can have a look at some of those. There are some fake ones. There are some that look like UFOs.
Oh, really?
They're up in the sky and they've got this, and again, depending on your bias and what your belief systems are, I would have looked at those ball lightning ones in the sky and said, well, that looks to me like a UFO, not ball lightning. I've got the hiccups. There were some that were definitely on electricity lines where, and I'm not a scientist. I don't like to use big words that I can't understand. So I use simple words that I can explain. So, but it's when you get the wires crossed, so to speak. But no, they reach out and touch each other either through dirt or branches or birds or something, and it arcs up into a big ball. And we've had it happen out the front here on one of the power poles where it went up in a ball of flame. But some of those videos are definitely that sort of thing, the arcing of the electricity. But it's all to do with the positive and the negative electrons and them converging and going. But if you want to go through some of the hypotheses, well, I won't, because we won't get to our tarot. There's vaporized silicon hypotheses, the hydrodynamic vortex ring anti-symmetry, soliton and St. Elmo's fire, which they're all in agreement it's not St. Elmo's fire. There's loads there that you can go and look up and learn more about it, but I thought we'd just cover a couple of the stories and just talk about it as phenomena that can't be explained, and scientists are still willing to look at this phenomena that can't be explained, whereas a lot of paranormal stuff, they won't. Very few that are willing to stick their necks out and risk that. Anyway, shall we get on to... Sorry, I haven't been able to see any of your comments there because we're just having issues there. And it's thought that the Min lights may also be a form of ball lightning. So you've got is it the Marfa lights? I don't even know what they are. But possible. Yeah, absolutely. Hi, Jessica. All right, so that's a little bit of education, and next time we'll actually try to be a little bit more prepared than that, and hopefully the internet will hold. This is the part of the show where we give you some tarot readings. Talk about one extreme to the other. So, Renata is a gifted and talented tarot reader. She reads from the Rider-Waite deck.
You wouldn't think I was gifted in anything this morning, would
And
you?
I read from the Naughty Oracle card deck, which uses naughty words, and I make it up as I go along. So, do any of you have any questions for the Oracle and the ball dust?
Don't say that.
Oh, I know.
Don't say
I
that.
say that because I don't like the
Do not say
responsibility of
that.
prophecy. It stresses me. So Joshua had a question there. from what I've heard, theories is two lightning strikes hitting each other. They said that one of the things is because lightning actually meets in the middle. It's where it comes up from underneath and comes down, and then it meets in the middle. That was one of the explanations that they did give. But there's thoughts that it's plasma balls, which can be made in the microwave, which is really cool, like your microwave at home. All right, thank you for
Or
hanging
stick
in there.
something metal in and check out what happens in your
All right,
microwave.
Tiff wants you to move over. Wrong way. Move out. Kind of a naughty card. Okay,
Oh,
Tiff.
well, thanks, Tiff. Thanks a lot for that.
All right, universe. I need to have a message for the beautiful Tiff. What does she need to know right now? Oh, you're stuck in a rut, my love. You need to take a teensy weensy fecking baby step. At least you're still fecking moving. So that to me is the card that says you are paralyzed by fear and you can't make up your mind what to do, and you can't even take a step in any direction in case it's wrong. But you know what? Even if it is wrong, just take a step in some sort of direction and then you will get the feel of whether this is the right thing for you or not. But if we don't make mistakes in life, we don't grow. So we've done lots of those, haven't we?
Yeah, check out the earlier part of this.
Jennifer Carnahan would like to have a reading, Renata.
Mm-hmm. Where is she? I need to see her.
Here,
Oh,
right there.
Okay.
Hold
Hi,
it up on the
Jennifer. Hope you are well wherever you are. I'm doing a quick shuffle of the cards.
Can you all do me a favour and just share this live feed right now? Share it to somewhere. Share it into a buy, swap and sell group. I don't mind where it gets shared. Thank you.
And the card that you have is this Two of Wands card. And it is a card of moving forward. But Jennifer, the thing about it is that you are someone who doesn't take risks easily. It is something that triggers.
Sound like the card I just gave.
Yeah, it really triggers you to be asked to do something without actually preparing for it to the nth degree. So part of your journey as you move forward is to trust yourself instinctually so that you don't have to go through this agonizing preparation when you are asked to do something that may be spur of the moment or that may be something that is life-changing, because you can tend to wait so long that the opportunity then just disappears, and then you're left overthinking the fact that you just missed out on an opportunity. So all of that great thought that you are putting out there could be used more usefully by actually taking steps forward and just doing it rather than overthinking everything.
Okay, definitely. Now, you'll notice also that Courtney's popping up a link to the Pun store. That's the Paranormal United Network store, and I do believe there are lots of little goodies on there for those who like their merch. You can pop over there and have a bit of a shop. I need to get on there and have a look myself.
That's true. We could wear a Pun t-shirt.
We could. Might take 2 months to get here with the current flight arrangements, but we'll wear it proudly.
So, Jessica, you have asked about relationships for you, all right, and future. And this is your card. This is the card that was on the top and that I've revealed, and it's the Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords talks about trust issues and being hurt because you have been open or that you have tried to create relationships in the past. And it's kind of this thing about, oh, I'd love to have another relationship. I'll give it a crack. I'll give it a try. But sometimes you can be your own worst enemy because you pick things that mean hard work. And every time it's hard work, you feel as though you're sitting in a place that you know well, or your subconscious does. But your conscious mind is going, why am I here again? And why am I going through the same things that I have before? So, Jessica, one of the things that you need to do for the future is to really understand when you are coming up against huge blocks and understand that that is the universe saying to you, run away
Run
now.
away! Run
Do not
away!
get yourself involved in this particular situation or this particular relationship, because I know it feels as though you've been there before and it feels really familiar, but that isn't a good thing. Yep.
All
Choose
right.
something different.
I'm going to go to Joshua. General reading, please. I'm missing my brother. It's the anniversary of his death and birthday. Anything in general. I'm sorry for your loss, Joshua.
Sorry for your loss, Joshua.
We feel them closer when it's anniversaries, don't we?
Yes, we certainly do. And because we bring them into our mind and we think about them, yes, the veil between this world and the next seems to be parted, and they seem to be very, very close. And the Page of Cups really reflects this, because it talks about this brotherly love, this association between you and him that really spans lifetimes and spans all worlds. You are very, very connected. He was certainly a soul connection for you, and there is great love that comes from his side as well towards you. Look at some of the promises that you may have made to each other while he was still alive, and look at what you can respect and honor with regard to some of those promises and some of the things that he may have wanted for you, and that you wanted for him. And even though he's no longer here in flesh and bone, there may be something that you can do in his honor that will reflect who he was for you.
Right, we're going to Nick. I've been given an opportunity to move. I am really stuck on making a decision. Could I please have some guidance? Thank you.
Certainly, Nick. We're going to do that for you now. So again, I'm going to give these a quick shuffle. It seems that we've lost a lot of people who aren't interested in readings. Only were here for the education part.
Oh,
That's
actually,
okay.
I think we're still up around the same numbers, aren't
That's all right. That's all right. So, Nick, for you, you have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is this card that continues to cycle, which is what the Wheel of Fortune does. It cycles around and it doesn't stop until we have actually made plans and decisions. So the longer you don't decide, the longer the Wheel of Fortune does its thing. It keeps on spinning, waiting for a decision to be made. Now, this card here, and if you look at the pictures on this card, it actually shows that everyone seems to be content. They're doing their thing. And no matter what happens in the world, they have stayed on track and they have stayed true to what they believe is their purpose in life. So this is, I guess, what I want to say to you, Nick. What is your purpose in life? And does it align with the move that you have been given the opportunity to make? If those things align for you, then it is the right decision. Stop second guessing it and just do it.
Get on with it, so to speak. All right. Can I get a card, please? Any messages about what's coming up for me in the next few months? Well, I hope it's good things for you, Erin.
Okay, Erin, here we go for you.
Oh, we jumped up to 23, 24. It's climbing. People have felt sorry for us now. They've shared it.
I know. Okay. So this is your card, Erin. Reveal. Oh, okay. So we're kind of a bit stuck in our own little system of sorrow and woe. So you need to get out of that if you are feeling really, really stuck, rejected, and feeling pain. And this can be associated with anxiety and stress too, Erin. So I really know where you're coming from, because I've had a shitload of that recently. It can really stop you in your tracks. So this is something that you have to fight against with all of the will you have in every single bone in your body. You get up even though you don't want to. You go through the process even though there have been failures or you don't think you're getting where you should be as fast as you would like to, but keep going. It's also about recognizing what you should be letting go of and saying, this really doesn't work and I've tried a gut load of things and they still don't work. I need to really go. It's done. It's done. And I've got to stop torturing myself about it. So I hope that helps, Erin. Clear the road ahead for yourself.
So these guys have now started doing a Paracon event, a paranormal convention. Uh, yeah, you do. You're a glutton for punishment, aren't you? And then we get invited to it. We went, I want to go. I want to
Yeah,
go so
Stephen, what the
bad.
hell? Can you do an outreach to us? Can
Yeah,
we do a live?
we'll do a live cross. So Stephen would like a one-card reading about the new project and event I have coming up in September.
Okay, Stephen, hang on to your hat. Okay, I
Now they're
feel that
not the
this.
Rider-Waite deck, by the way.
No,
She
that's
normally reads
okay.
from them,
Yeah,
but
this is the Golden Tarot, which has been
they're
my
beautiful.
favourite for years and years and years. But because I teach with the Rider-Waite, I tend to have the Rider-Waite in my bag all the time. But we went to Norfolk Island and everything got taken out. So, Stephen, this is your card here. Oh, again, it is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is about preparation, Stephen. All you need to do is prepare. The hard work that you are putting in right now is needed, is required, and it's going to make you feel more secure that once this work is done, everything is going to run smoothly. So this is pre-prep. Remember, the Wheel of Fortune spins all the time and will only stop when the time is ready, when the universe feels that you are in the right space. So the more you can prepare, the better off it's going to be. And remember, these people in this picture are content. So that's what you have to feel as well when you are doing this process. If there are people knocking on your door like us saying, we need to be included.
What about me? It's not fair.
And you feel that, no, they shouldn't. Don't feel guilty about it. Do what you feel is the right thing for you and relieve the stress and pressure that other people are putting on you at the moment.
Okay, we've now got Deborah, who just happened to find us by accident. Happy accident, Deborah. Must be fate. Maybe you've got a message for her.
Of course, Deborah.
I might give you one of mine too. Now, Deborah, just a warning. There are some naughty words on the naughty oracle cards, but I'll do my best to.
Okay, I'm going to stop at this one for you, Deborah, and I am going to reveal. Ting! And Deborah, you have the Five of Swords. No, Four of Swords, sorry. Four of Swords. Can't see backwards.
All these people in bed. What is it with the swords? Everybody's in bed.
Because it is, the swords aren't for me action cards. They're not really when you look at tarot, but I do things a little bit differently.
She does.
And it is about overstressing yourself, overdoing and requiring to rest. Really kind of using 150% of your energy when you've only got 80% to give. And you have mentally, physically and emotionally just drained all of the energy that you have, and it's time to sit back and work out how you can bring that energy back to you at this point in time, which means self-care, Deborah, self-care. And that's why, I mean, you don't have to sort of lock away yourself in bed and not have anyone come to your door, but it may just be something that you need for 24 hours. Just disconnecting, unplugging, and allowing some energy to come back to you at this stage.
You know what? That's a card they could pull for us.
Yeah, true.
Because we never stop, but that's okay. We love what we're doing. And my card for you says, love finagling hard, which means whatever you do choose to do, love it. Make sure you do love what you do. Don't do things you don't love doing, because that's your energy just being wasted. So whatever you do, love it.
Oh, we've been invited, Stephen. Thank you.
Oh, I know, right? I said that I was interested. I clicked on the interested button, and then he says, "So you're coming?" I went, "Oh, I wish, I wish." You know what we didn't do? We didn't do our 1, 2, 3.
That's okay.
Have a quick look. Thank you. Hi, Elise. How are you? So nice to have a face to the name. I love it when we get some of our followers that come on our ghost tours and paranormal investigation experiences, and then they go, "It's me, it's Elise." We go, "Oh my God, we know the name. Now we know the face." Okay.
I'm looking at the, why I'm looking to the side is I'm looking at the comments coming up on the phone over there.
That's the Paranormal United network that's over there, because we're streaming to 3 places at once at the moment. Stephen said that card makes a lot of sense. That was the
Thank you, Stephen. And as Jeremy says, thank you all for watching us, and thank you for bearing with us during the earlier part of this show and the craziness that ensued because we kept on losing connection. I really think that the more I think about it, it was me, because I was so stressed out coming in this morning.
her gamma.
And I tend to affect everything that's
Yeah.
electrical. I've settled down now, and I'm fine, and everything's fine. So I'm putting up my hand and saying it's all my fault.
We were actually tested by the Australian Institute of
Mind mapping.
Mind something.
Yeah, mind mapping.
And they put like the electrodes all over our head, and then they sort of put us into various meditative states, and they measure our brain waves. And gamma is an unusual thing to have in your brain waves. She has a lot of gamma, and apparently gamma can interfere with electronic devices. And when she said that, we both burst out laughing, because wherever she goes, if she's in a state, stuff breaks. The electronics won't work. And apparently, when she goes into her as the state where we're making connection with spirit on the other side, my gamma starts to flare because her gamma is flaring. And then we had our theta waves, which they called I think it was the theta, was the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And my bridge is like the flash from an atomic bomb that just goes zoom straight out all over the freaking place, and all my other little readings just all go into insignificance because I've got this huge bridge that connects.
Mind mapping is absolutely fabulous. We did how many? Two or three?
Yeah.
Weekend sessions. And it's just amazing because you can actually watch what your brain is doing while you're in these meditative states or being given tasks to do.
And we'd be sitting next to each other, and our mind maps,
they'd sync.
They'd sync and match each other, but also we'd have the waves like they were reaching out to each other from the side. And it's because we work together so much, and we're freaky. Sometimes we finish each other's sentences. It's just bizarre. But yeah, no, and you can't fake that stuff.
No.
That is...
The process is on the screen. You can't... And the problem was, and I have to say this, there was one person in the group that was acknowledged as an amazing connector to the spirit world. And this particular person was being told constantly that they were the next big thing, that their connections were amazing. And so everyone was thrilled when the electrodes and everything went onto this person's head,
everyone,
because it was going to show how amazing this person was. And guess what? Flatline. Nothing.
It was actually some of the smallest waves she'd ever seen.
It was really...
There was two of them, actually.
Yeah, it was kind of really a difficult place then to sit in, because everyone sort of went, oh.
Yeah.
So it's... If you guys have anything like that overseas in America, the mind mapping institutes, and if you're interested to see what your brain does when you try and connect with mediumship, your psychic abilities, the spirit world, I suggest go and have it done just for yourselves to go and check it out, because it is absolutely fascinating. We have pages and pages of results that were sent to us when we did all of these experiments. I'd love to do some more. Yeah.
So Lauren Lee has been smelling cigarette smoke and no one in the house smokes. Can you tell me if this is my nan trying to tell me something?
Yeah, it could possibly be, Lauren. It would depend on what changes are happening for you at this stage, and whether, again, you are in some sort of a stress state, because, again, you may well be sending out these connections that talk about how stressed and anxious you are, and your blessed gran, is it your gran? Your nan, your blessed nan is feeling that, and the only way that she can reach out to you is to send you a message of something that you may have known about her or felt that that was something that was Nan, the cigarette smoke, and so she's telling you, I'm here, it's okay. You can actually use that to your advantage and ask her for help and assistance. And it may come to you in some spark of genius.
Ooh,
You've just got to be aware that that spark of genius is happening for you.
I'm so sorry. I just realised we have gone over time. But yeah, just at least with going into cemeteries to do EVP work, be aware that some cemeteries have rules about being in there after dusk and before dawn.
Yeah.
So just be aware that you can't go into some of them. And yeah, so basically we'll have to wrap up and get out of here. The dogs are baying at the door as well. Thank you so much for
Oh,
joining
thank you
us.
so much for joining
Thanks
us
for
today.
putting up with all the crap that was going on with the internet, or with Renata blowing it out. The course that we did over the weekend, I think, was like $200 for the whole weekend for 2 full days. So it wasn't hugely expensive for what we were getting, and you get pages of reports sent to you afterwards. Joshua wanted to know. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed today's show. A little look at ball lightning. And we will be back this time next week
With
with
another
C.
fascinating
We'll
subject.
have to look up C. It might be Casper. No. Yeah. Love yous all. See yous on the dark side. Bye.